Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from gorgeous San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Hope you guys are having a great day today. I want to have a conversation with you that I hope will enhance your quality of life and relationships. You know, many times the quality of your life is related not only to your physical health, but to the health of your relationships. Healthy life, feeling good. When you're healthy, you can have lots of goals. When you do not have your health, you typically have one goal, and that is to get healthy. So, healthy physical body, healthy relationships, quality of life. Fight the problem, not the person. Maturity. And I would gather to say in the world of real estate, professionalism. Maturity fights the problem and not the person. Let's discourse that for a moment, shall we? When there is a dispute, a disagreement, disharmony, disunity, you will discover that there is typically one of two things going on, if not both. Number one, a lack of understanding with compassion exactly what the other person is feeling and experiencing. And number two, a lack of effective communication. Let me go over that one more time because it'll help y'all if those of y'all take notes, because you don't want to just listen to this and get inspired, but you actually want to take it and turn it to practical application, recognizing that knowledge is not power. That is BS. Knowledge is not power. You can graduate from MIT with a PhD, magna cum laude, and then go play Call of Duty in your parents' basement for 40 years, and your knowledge is nothing. Knowledge is simply potential power. Its potential is unlocked and released when you take massive action. So I hope when you hear these videos in the morning, it is with the intention to take massive action so you can improve your quality of life. There are one of two things going on when there is a disagreement, when there is disharmony, when there is disunity, when there is discord. One of two things, if not both, going on. Number one, a lack of true understanding with compassion of what the other party is feeling and experiencing. And number two, an incredible lack of clear communication. When those two elements are missing, the path of least resistance is to get your panties in a bunch, get all worked up, get angry, get mad, and fight the person. Let me ask you a question. Those of you who have 7 or more kids and have been married more than 26 years, like me, how's that working for you? How is that working for you? It typically doesn't work because people get defensive, people get hurt, people get upset when they feel violated, like a boundary has been crossed, or when they feel like there is a lack of understanding or compassion. We've all had it happen before. We have been in businesses where the person on the other end is transactional and not relational, meaning that they see you as an object to deal with rather than a human being to work with. And that challenge is felt particularly easier, if you will, by ladies than men, because ladies are blessed with that sixth sense to sense the vibes of other people. Ladies, raise your hand if it's true. You've walked into a place and the guy's creepy. Does he have to come up and say, how you doing? I'm a creepy guy. No, he doesn't, because you know it like that. You can sense creepy guys very quickly. It's that sixth sense. Most people would rather take the path of least resistance and fight the person than actually fight the problem. You see, maturity, and in real estate, I call it professionalism, fights the problem, not the person. That takes longer. That takes self-control. That takes wisdom to understand that if your true goal is to have a resolution, that resolution will not come from digging your feet down, squaring your shoulders, and fighting the other person. You will not win. I have a funny quote when we do marriage stuff, my wife and I, and help people with their marriages, and it's this: husbands, don't fight with your wives. Why? Because if you lose, you lose. But if you win the argument, you lose. Either way, you lose. Okay? Because the goal is not to beat the other person or to be right so that the other person has to be wrong. The goal is to fix the problem. We fix problems, not people. We fight problems, not people. If you submit to the lowest form of problem solving, which is violence or anger or yelling or cursing and fighting the other person, you will perpetuate the situation and it will not get fixed because you're fighting the person instead of the problem. So my suggestion to you today, my friend, is 2 simple steps. I told you there were 2 elements that were missing that typically are involved or working together that create disunity, disharmony, disagreement, discord. And that is, number 1, when you truly do not have clarity on how the other person feels from a point of compassion, what they're experiencing. And number 2, when you're lacking the peace and patience to communicate effectively. So you just flip that equation, turn it around. Number 1, you ask yourself the question. Okay, do I truly understand where this person is coming from? If I don't, how can I understand? Well, you ask questions. You seem really upset right now, Billy Bob. I respect that. Please give me some context with that. Help me understand this. I have no desire to fight you. I want to fight the problem. We're not going to fight over this. We're not going to contend. You and I are going to collaborate. Let's fix this. Let's fix the problem. There's no need for you and I to get weird. Do you understand what I'm saying? So help me understand what's going on, Billy Bob. Help me understand. Bring me into it so I can get clarity. And then number 2, you practice powerful communication skills. How? Well, watch these videos on a regular basis and you'll learn how to improve your communication. It's very simple. Typically, it's asking questions and then truly listening and then getting clarity on what is going on with the other party. So, ladies and gentlemen, maturity, and in real estate, I'll call it professionalism, fights the problem, not the person. Fighting the person is the lowest level of dealing with any situation because you will not succeed, you will not solve it, and it will just perpetuate the discord, the disunity, the disharmony, the disagreement. And you don't want any of them disses, all right? So fight the problem and not the person and see how much better your life gets. Have a great day, guys.